We're on. You go ahead and finish looking, since you kind of came late to the party.
I am kind of unsober-ish.
Well, whatever. I'm sure you can handle your drink.
Yeah.
It's the Round Table, episode 13, where you make 10 with one hand and 3 with the other. 10. Tonight will mostly be a recap of SummerSlam, since he was fortunate enough to go see it.
Yeah.
First off...
I was hoping he was going to go tonight.
Well, it sucks being poor.
Yeah.
First off, Ivan, you know who I'm talking to. I'm wearing a different shirt.
Ivan?
Ivan. We'll get in. Yeah, that's his real name. Anyway.
He calls me white. I mean, my name is no less blacker than his. But
point is, he gave me crap that wear white shirts all the time, and he says, don't you own any of the shirts? Yes, I do. I just normally lounge around in white shirts, and I really don't care. Yeah. Other than that, since we're, let's see, a couple little things came out of Gamescom. Not the major. 90% of anything I saw was Black Ops 2, and I could give, or Halo.
They showed some stuff. I can't remember what.
Like a new Halo weapons trailer came out, and I'm like, yeah, I don't care. Nothing about that game intrigues me. If you're gonna buy it, go for it. The one thing
we got some stories we can talk about
that pissed me off more so was yet again Team Fortress 2 on Steam gets something cooler that the Xbox Orange Box version will never fucking see. And it was it's coming. It's a co-op thing where you can...
What we can talk about. Let's talk about the whole... Why? We'll get into that because we was going to...
Where you can be either red or blue, but you're kind of like a horde mode.
Yeah.
And you're fighting robots. And... I'm hoping, I'll just put it out there, I know it'll never happen.
I don't know.
I'm hoping for just another separate, call it Team Fortress something.
Well, they could get a separate, separate.
Either download or release on disc. I'd buy either.
Yeah.
But I say it once, I say it again, I cannot blame Valve one bit for just not wanting to deal with Microsoft.
Well, here's the thing. It's Microsoft...
I
don't want to say trying to milk the chocolate.
It's just their rules and the fact that like
it's too strict.
Yeah, it's too strict. It's like, well, you want to put out content? Okay, well, we're going to charge this much for it, or you got to make it worth this much, so we can charge this much for it.
Yeah,
or it's got to have this tied to it, or that tied to it, or
and it's just like. So console gamers get boned on that aspect.
And Valve's just like, we're good.
Yeah, Valve's just like, you know what? You don't want to put it on their console? Bring it over to ours.
We
on Steam. We'll just
we have our own game system.
Yeah,
you have fun with that one.
And I hate to. I'm addicted to Steam.
PS3's. I mean, even PS3 doesn't get it either. So it's not like it's. Well, I think that's just so they don't have to bother either way.
Yeah, it's not really because Sony really doesn't have the tightness of what Microsoft's
but they
guidelines are.
So they don't like, well, PS3 has this. They don't, I guess, just don't have to bother with either of it.
Which is, I mean...
It's stupid. Like I said, I'm hoping one day... Recently, the Orange Box came up for digital download, which I was really surprised at.
Yeah.
Just because.
It's still awesome.
I mean, it's still awesome, and whatever. I don't even know if people still play it, but I'd pay $20 to play Team Fortress.
Well, like I said,
even that old version, you shut up.
I mean, Team Fortress is, it should have been, no lie, it should have been on Xbox, just like it is on PC. It should have been there.
Should have been. Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
But,
as the old saying goes.
It should have been, and I'm telling you, people would still play the hell out of Team Fortress.
I guarantee you.
Yeah. Same thing with Monday Night Combat, and I was like, I wish they would.
Yeah, and I got a Cthulhu Plays when I mentioned it, that the Steam, it's not the Steam even has a better version of the one I play. It's a whole other game now.
It's a whole other game. It's just like, damn.
Just for the sake of, Uber Entertainment not having to deal with it.
Yeah, it's just like...
As a small developer, it's just 100 times easier.
Saves them costs. And it's just like, well, I deal with them.
Because basically, the short end of it is, if you're going to make content, if you're a developer, company, however you want to put it, and you're going to make content for Xbox Live, this is where a lot of people don't realize the indie games really get shafted.
They do get shafted. And
you have to, with the indie games, I know, and I'm pretty sure it's with the other stuff, you have to pretty much make so much money before you even start to see anything of it. So Microsoft gets their share first.
Yeah.
And I think that's what gets, especially these small developers like Awesomenauts and stuff like that. because I don't know whether we touched on it last week, but Steam vs. Awesonaut's getting a character the consoles never see.
We touched on that.
So, whatever. It is what it is. Until I can get a job.
It may happen. It all depends on if the publisher wants to spend the money
exactly.
for Microsoft, isn't it? So
one of these days, when I get a job again, and I'll have my nice little Alienware whatever that game console looking one is, sitting right here on my entertainment center.
I'm telling you.
Instead of texting you, or you gonna get on live tonight, it'd be like, where you at? Let's kick some butt in Team Fortress or something.
You will enjoy a computer.
Yes.
Get one that's powerful enough.
But anyway, on to the bulk of this, which will be the SummerSlam recap. But I want to touch on something real quick. And I put a picture. Yeah, he's the one that's been drinking, not me.
Notice I haven't touched my shirt that much tonight because I've been drinking.
But anyway, I put a picture on your Facebook. Mm-hmm. Now, when you do watch it, and I watch Monday Night Raw, and I try to watch SmackDown, but that's a whole other thing. I don't necessarily have anything against it, just for some reason it's harder to watch than 3 hours of Raw to me. But anyway,
Raw is...
So fundamentally, I watch WWE.
Right.
There is also TNA.
Right.
Is their only competitor. The only thing TNA has going for it is the people that don't want to work for Vince anymore. Like the names, they have Hogan, they have Flair, they have, a bunch of the old school people.
Right.
That just don't want to deal with the WWE anymore. That's about where anything remotely redeemable about TNA ends. If you're a fan of it, you're a fan of it. Whatever, but it's shitty.
It's WCW.
It is. Well, no, not even that, because SmackDown's WCW. TNA's just what's left.
What's left? It's like, we're the old guys.
Recently, I saw something. There's a series here on YouTube called Botchamania. And you go look it up. It's pretty funny. And it's a bunch of bloopers and mess-ups from wrestling. Injuries.
Just wrestling in general, not
anything in particular. It's from old days, new days, whatever, and independent stuff. And you notice a lot of Nitro and TNA stuff on there more than anything, but I saw something in one of them, and this was the botch itself. It was Sting coming to the ring as he is now known as the Insane Icon.
The Insane Icon.
Now, and for those out there in internet land don't know, I'm a huge fan of the Joker fictional character in Batman comics.
Yeah.
So if you had told me, hey, there's a wrestler acting like the Joker, I'd have been like, really?
Bring this picture up because it's...
Yeah, you have to go look this up if you don't know. Basically, Sting's new persona is that he messes up his makeup a la Heath Ledger Joker. Ish. And that's his character. Is just kind of manic, off the wall. I was like, I put the picture on your Facebook. I was like, so apparently Sting's the Joker now.
And he looked like, I was like,
and you just kind of just sit there like, all right.
I was just like, really?
So there's that.
But I saw that picture. For some reason, I was like, that doesn't look anything like Heath Ledger at all.
Then you read what it was?
Who the hell is that? And I was sitting there like, Heath Ledger's dead.
I'll give it credit of all the people they pick, because Sting normally wears the white and the black, and given the faction wars going on, the red.
Yeah.
But and I'll give Sting all due credit for back in the day. Get it closer.
Let's see if you can.
Will it? Alright, hold still. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's the picture right there, so.
Oi.
It's just like, he has his dirt face working too. It's like, I'm like, really?
So anyway, there's that. On to more interesting things. SummerSlam. Now, I have no fucking clue other than what I just read.
You know that I really don't watch as much as
I'll fill in where need be if
so
you need an explanation.
The first match, we'll go from there, was the Jericho versus the
Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
The new Mr. Perfect-ish. Shawn Michaels.
So they battled, and, he come out taped up, so I don't know.
Yeah, he got jumped. Well, on SmackDown, which is Tuesdays, but You know, wrestling's fake. I know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say, oh, Undertaker raises the dead. No, I know it. But still, that's why I actually like Sheamus, because he's so pale, you can see his bruises on him. But
yeah, you could, and they stood out tonight, too.
Yeah, but anyway, last on SmackDown, Jericho got jumped in the back
by Ziggler, and when he came out to the ring to insist on having his match, you could see his midsection was
beaten,
physically like beat up.
Wow.
So that's very rare. But anyway,
but so they went on for a match, battled hardcore. You know, his manager's out there, and she's loud.
Vicky Guerrero.
So anyway, he ends up putting Ziggler in this, which is supposed to be the walls of Jericho, but the way he did it, he was like, he had him in the walls, but instead of standing, he was like on his knees and had him like it. And I was just like, I understand they tried to do it because of the ribs, but the way he had it,
it's weird. Like that move's one of those it's called 100 different thing moves.
Yeah.
Like technically, the Scorpion Death Trap is it all kind of relates back to the sharpshooter.
Sharpshooter.
Bret Hart actually did it correctly.
Yeah.
Or actually, if you want to be technical, before it had a name, it was the reverse camel clutch. Or I think. It was something like that. Because normal camel clutch is from the front. Anyway, like the Sting will do it, he stands up and he has a more upright. So
well, normally when Jericho does it, he folds and then squats.
Yeah.
But he I guess because of his rib damage, he did it. So he was like one leg up and on a knee doing it.
So it was kind of turned.
So he was kind of like, I was just like, that looks like it hurt because he was on his neck.
Yeah.
So I mean, it really wasn't.
Got to be in shape to take that kind of shit. So.
Yeah. Well, Ziggler couldn't take it at all. He tapped out once he was in it.
Because that's something IGN has their wrestling wrap up, and they make a good point. Like Jericho made this huge return.
Yeah.
And then he's been in like every big match.
Yeah, he's been in a lot.
But he never won anything, so it's kind of like.
So he hasn't really been in. I mean, he's been in a title match, but he hasn't won.
So he won that. So he's got that.
So yeah, people are on my Facebook page are talking about triple. Well, we'll get to that.
Yeah, that's later on.
But next match was the big tag team match, which was probably one of the most impressive matches of the night.
The AEW versus Kofi and R-Truth.
Yeah, the prime time.
Did they ever explain? You don't know this. AEW, their manager, got fired because he made his shtick was being out at ring, and he would have a headset, and he would coach them during their matches, and you could hear it through the auditorium.
Oh, really?
And he made a joke. I can't even remember now, but he made like a joke about like Kobe
Bryant.
Yeah, that when he did something, and like the WWE fired him, but it was kind of like nothing's ever been said. He just doesn't show up anymore.
No,
okay. So the primetime player.
This first time I've seen these guys, the primetime players. Yeah. I'm like, who the hell are these guys? Well, anyway.
So who won in that?
So anyway, well, of course, Coffee and R-Truth won that one. Which
that's good.
It was one of those matches where it was just
all over the place.
All over the place.
That's
high
good.
flying. It was a good match. Pretty much, the guy with the afro got his ass whooped.
Yeah, I forget this.
Titus can hold his own. It's like I can see
Titus a big dude.
I can see him breaking off from a team and actually just being a single.
Because I think he used
to play football.
Yeah, he's a former football guy.
I think he used to play for Florida Gators. I think.
That's a Rock.
Yeah. Well, no, he was Hurricanes.
Oh well, whatever.
Rock was Hurricanes.
So anyway.
They retained the tag team titles. It was a good match. It wasn't very high flying stuff. After that, it was let's see. I was surprised there were no female matches. I was looking forward.
Nobody cares. Like as a whole, like I was thinking about the other day. It's like back in the day, you had divas left and right,
and they were always wrestling. But
and now it's kind of like,
All right, so who wrestled after that? There was another wrestling match, and I can't think of it. Because it wasn't too important.
No championship or nothing?
Yeah, it wasn't really an Intercontinental Championship.
That was Cody Rhodes.
No, was it Intercontinental Champion? I can't remember.
Cody Rhodes.
No, it was a Sheamus match. That's what it was.
Okay.
Sheamus versus
Del Rio.
No, Sheamus versus, yeah, it was Del Rio.
Yeah.
So that was a interesting match. Not really, didn't go as planned for Del Rio as he hoped. You know, it's not much, cause, you know, you go through the typical moves and reversals.
Sheamus beat the hell out of him.
Sheamus beat the hell out of him. Del Rio tried to put Sheamus in some kind of
It's
lock.
an arm, yeah.
Lock. Sheamus picks his ass up and slams him on the ground. They're both down. Of course, you know, Del Rio has his personal
little ring guy, yeah.
Little court that he is. So the referees get distracted and he throws the shoe to Del Rio. Del Rio goes up to grab it, tips his fingers, lands in Sheamus' hands. Sheamus winds up and smacks the living daylights out of him. But here's what happened, and you'll probably hear a lot about this tomorrow night, is that when Sheamus pinned him, Sheamus did pin him, and 1, 2, 3 went. But as they panned off to the camera, Del Rio's foot was on the rope. Count 3. So, but Sheamus hurried up and knocked his foot off. And so,
yeah.
and won.
We'll hear about that. Well, they don't, like... Booker T became the GM of SmackDown.
Yeah.
And there was one time he came out, like, right after he got promoted. Something happened, he actually reversed the decision. But atypically speaking, once it's a decision, that's it.
Especially in a championship, you really can't reverse a decision.
Yeah.
You either restart the match or go with it.
Man, that's what happened. You restart a match.
Restart the match. Yeah. Which brings us to the triple threat match of the night.
Was there all the matches there were?
Yeah, there's triple threat match, and then after that was the Triple H versus.
Oh, okay. Triple threat. I bet that was good.
The triple threat was pretty damn good. But it's pretty much one-sided through the match. Who won? CM Punk won. Yeah, I'll tell you here in a minute.
Oh wow! Okay, I didn't see that coming.
I honestly was rooting for Cena.
Yeah. I was rooting for either one but Punk, to be honest with you.
I was just like, I just don't want Punk.
Well, I was wondering, because if you don't know, he's on the cover of the upcoming video game.
Yeah.
So whenever that comes out, like October-ish.
It's something like that.
So my guess is he'll have it till then.
To me, and I don't know how long CM Punk been around, but ever since I've seen him in the career, I just think it's like too soon for him to have it.
He's been around a while.
But they say he's been around a while, so I was like, okay. But anyway, the whole match is pretty much Big Show beating the hell. Alright, and then they finally catch a break, and the weirdest thing happens, and I was sitting there like, how did the hell this happen? But it did. So they finally got Big Show down. CM Punk puts Big Show in this headlock with the leg or whatever.
Oh yeah, the STF.
While he's down, Cena runs over, grabs Big Show's leg and puts his hold on him.
So they both have I got
tapped out. So they both thinking they won. And they're sitting there like... So then the general manager of Raw comes down. She's skipping down. Sexy and cute and all that stuff. And then she says the one thing is like... She says something is like... So then she decides, restart the match. So over there, restart the match. They're in shot. Next thing you know, they both turn around. Big Show grabs them. Double chokes him. So everybody's down now. He's tired. So he gets ready, goes for the pin. He pins CM Punk first. CM Punk kicks out. So he's like, well, I pinned Cena. Cena kicks out.
Okay.
So all that, and then next thing you know, Cena finally gets him in the FU.
Yeah.
Gets him in the FU. Connects with a good FU.
Oh no, it's called the attitude adjustment now. Because it's not...
the attitude adjustment. Well, anyway, he hits him with that. And as soon as he hits him with that, CM Punk grabs him, pushes him out the ring. Pins Big Show, wins. You talk about somebody was pissed off at that.
I gotta admit, I don't know. I was like, either CM Punk. I mean, it's always hard to tell.
It's always hard to tell,
especially someone who can like look at it like we look at it. Like not just like.
So I'm just like.
So then the big end to the hopefully end because I'm tired of fucking seeing it.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
IGN made a good point. You didn't see last week's Raw. But honest to God, if the impromptu abduction of Shawn Michaels hadn't happened, there would have been nothing to end the show.
Nothing in the show?
Like, if you took that away, they literally would have been missing like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Anyway, you had this, I don't know what happened, but you
basically,
I seen the recap, and it said,
Brock came back, he made all these crazy demands under the old GM, and the dude was about ready to cave, and Triple H is sort of technically the on-site manager, I guess you could say, be a good way to put it. He is actually up in management in WWE, because he is married to Stephanie McMahon, but that's a legit thing. And la-da-da-da-da, he comes down and is like, no, you're not getting all this shit. You're retarded.
Yeah.
And then Brock starts beating the hell out of him and breaks his arm. Like, for real, breaks his arm.
Yeah, broke his arm.
And so, blah, 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 Triple H, they show him in meetings with the thing, and yada, 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 yada.
Yeah.
And then he came back after he got it off, and he's like, I challenged him to SummerSlam. And then, like, you didn't see Brock at all. You saw was Paul Heyman. He's like, no, he's not going to fight you. Blah, blah, blah. And Raw, I believe, he come out when he knew Lesnar was in the arena. It was the 1000th episode, actually.
Right.
And,
he's like, he still won't fight you. He's like, so is he just going to be a bully and hide in the back? And he's like, name calling? Is that what you teach your kids? And then he's like, don't talk about my kids, blah, blah, blah. And then Stephanie McMahon comes out.
Stephanie slaps the crap
and kind of goes to the same stick with different words of don't talk about my kids. Then Lesnar comes out, and Triple H actually beats him and throws him out of the ring then. Well, then Shawn Michaels, when they had like a Raw in Texas, was there.
Yeah.
And so was Triple H, and it was for the contract signing for their match.
Right.
And that went fundamentally well. Right. I mean, you saw Paul Heyman like, no, it's just contract signing, don't hit him, blah, 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 blah. And after all that, he's just like, he looked at Triple H, he's like, I'll see you at SummerSlam, and looked at Shawn and said, I'll see you before. So, nothing happened the rest of that night. So then the next episode of Raw, Shawn was there, and it's like all the time he was walking backstage, he was all paranoid. Triple H was delayed getting there. Blah, 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 blah. Finally, they get it all done, and then, like I said at the very end of the program, it's like Paul Heyman's blocking Shawn's car as he's trying to leave, and then Lesnar drags him out of the car and bumps into the camera and knocks it out. And then next thing you see, you just see him carry him into the ring with his shirt all torn, and throws him in, and he puts him in the lock, and
breaks his arm.
And Triple H runs down, he's like, don't come closer, he'll break his arm. And I don't know, it looked the same, it looked just as vicious as when he did to Triple H. I can only presume something isn't right in Shawn Michaels' arm. So, anyway, there was supposed to be this huge, I'm standing up for my friends and family, Triple H beating them up.
Well, it was a hell of a match. He gave Brock Lesnar a run from it he should have won it.
And Brock Lesnar's a big dude. He's bigger now, because when he was in UFC, he kind of got a little bit smaller. But
anyway, the whole match is pretty much a brawl. And, he's starting to get the best of Triple H. Pretty much. Triple H can hold his own. Ain't no lie about that. No matter how big you are. So he throws him into the... he keeps trying to put him in the arm lock.
Yeah.
Trying to get his arm. And Triple H...
Was it his Triple H's right arm, I think?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So he keeps trying to get that arm, and then the one part, where they're outside the ring, he grabs his arm, and Triple H throws him into the announcer's table, stomach first, and he eats it. But there's probably the best, meanest move other than an arm break. Triple H, no lie, right hooks the shit out of him into his stomach. You already know he has stomach problems from whatever he's going through.
Yeah.
No lie, it was a right hook to the stomach. Brock Lesnar could not fight hardly anymore for the rest of the match. The only way he won was basically when Triple H went to put him in a pedigree. He hit him with it, but somehow when he went down to grab him, he didn't, and then got him in the arm lock and broke his arm. But when Triple H, that match was over.
Every once in a while, I don't know if it is or it ain't, but there's been a handful of times when the Big Show stalks somebody, it's like, holy shit, I think he actually fucking hauled off and hit him.
I think
Like, there was one on Raw, like, CM Punk went to beat him up, and he went to do his kick, and, like, Big Show called his leg, and was like,
yeah.
I swear.
Well, I swear this one, because even Brock Lesnar's nose was bleeding.
Yeah,
like,
well.
But, nah, I seriously think he decked him in his... And it was like, it wasn't like a stomach shot, it was like that area right between your lung, and I was just like, oh, he's hurt. It was like, I don't know if he meant to really hit him that hard or not, but he's hurt. Because it wasn't like I block. Or the fake hit. No, he hit him in his stomach.
It was like, I think it was on SmackDown.
Wide open shot, too. It wasn't like, oh.
It was like Orton versus Bryan. Oh, yeah, that's who had a match. Him and Kane.
Oh, yeah, Kane and Bryan. Yeah, Kane got screwed out of that one. Bryan won.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I think they're trying to work him back up to somebody important again.
Bryan or?
Yeah, Bryan.
I don't know. No.
Because he had a match with Orton, and speaking of, like, the fake hits blocking thing, I couldn't help but notice when he was doing his, like, kicks to Orton, like, Orton's down kind of Indian, well, not Indian style, like, his legs behind him, but down, you know.
Yeah.
And he, like, kicks him to the chest. You could see Orton, like, tense up. So he could, you know, like, take it, yeah.
So, that was pretty much that. Well, let's see.
Wasn't too bad overall, I mean.
Wasn't too bad. It wasn't as good as the pay-per-view before the last one. I didn't get to see the last one.
I don't know.
There was I forgot.
I think the next one's like the big.
It was the one where Christian won.
Yeah, I think it's like the Eliminated. Like it's one of those like specialty ones.
Survivor Series is November. I know that.
It's one of those like specialty ones.
Yeah. So Hell in a Cell? No.
Something like that.
So let's see. So we got some gaming news at least.
Oh, yeah, Dust and Elysium Tale came out.
Yeah.
I don't even like Metroidvania games. You know that. I really don't, but
I do, but
and it looks I would buy that.
You would buy
like because it's hand drawn and it's very pretty.
Yeah. Well, coming up this week is a very big release.
Yes, Transformers Fall Cybertron.
Yeah, but that's not downloadable. But coming out in competition to that is also Counter-Strike Go or Global Offense. Which is an improvement over Source.
So you say.
Well, it is. They've improved it.
Counter-Strike is Counter-Strike. Why would they change it?
Counter-Strike, but they've improved it. And it's hard to explain it because I've only played in the beta a little bit.
I'll try the demo.
Try the demo at least. I think you'll enjoy it.
But I'll be too busy playing Transformers.
Yeah, you'll be playing Transformers. And that's coming out. Let's see. Gamescom was also...
Like I said, nothing like the Team Fortress 2. All I saw was a bunch of Black Ops 2 stuff. I was like, yeah, okay.
We got this. Let's see, what else?
You were saying something, Remember Me or something.
Capcom's new IP is called Remember Me. Now, I don't...
It has Mega Man. He goes, that's the whole game. You push start, he pops up. Remember me?
Might be.
Didn't think so.
No.
Thank you.
I don't know. They showed off some stuff. Of course, big news is that...
oh, yeah.
The game streaming service...
It's still active.
Yeah, it's still active.
Okay.
It's still going to be called on live, but the company that started it is
bankrupt.
Under. It is bankrupt.
Yeah, that's a shock.
Yeah, I'm just like, the whole idea of streaming games just doesn't work right for me.
They tried to just like one up on Steam.
They tried to, we'll stream it to you. I was like, why? You're losing, you can't mod it.
Well...
And you physically don't have it on your hard drive. You're just streaming it.
Yeah.
So it's being spun off into a new company, but the thing is still going to be called Unlock. Which...
Fail.
Yeah.
Basically.
And I had the reason for it, and then I lost it.
They sucked and they lost all their money.
They have 1,800 concurrent users. 1,800. Not
that's
18,000.
Fun fact, that's how many people on PSN have a headset.
Could be, I don't know. Maybe. Well, anyway, they laid off at least more than 50% of their staff. I mean... 1,800 that people just use it
I know.
in a general basis, but they have 2 million number of accounts, but there's only 1,800 using it. Do you see this even exceeding in the new company? I don't.
Other gaming news. I mentioned Hybrid when it came out last week, and its awesomeness. If you're on the... Well, see, it makes me wonder, because you pick a side,
Right.
but once a season, you can switch.
You can switch.
Well, towards the end, and, I'm impressed. Because I think I went over it, but Hybrid has a constantly online world.
Right.
Where everybody that owns that game can fight anytime and contribute to their team. I took a day off from it. I play it. Our team is ahead by like 4 of the dark matter you have to get to win the season.
Right.
I come back. It's split into continents, and then the continents are split into zones.
Right.
We lost like a whole continent.
Damn. So
needless to say, if you stayed, that's my point. Because I'm wondering, if you stayed on the variant side till the very end, we lost.
Oh, wow.
But we're on top of it so far this time. Like,
so you're caught back up, or is this a new season?
It's looking good, but last time it looked really good.
Yeah.
Like, to start off with,
I'm seriously tempted about buying Hybrid now since I've seen it played.
But anyway, and I just can't help but wonder at the last minute how many people were like, switch.
You never know.
I mean, me personally, I said it in my Cthulhu plays, I think I said it here, I wanted the stupid looking paper bag, because I think it's hilarious.
You're right.
And then come to find out you actually get 5 hours of double XP with it.
Oh, wow.
Which makes me wonder what the hell them people with that dragon helmet get.
Yeah.
They have to get something.
They have to get something.
They have to get a damage boost or something, because I'm getting killed with weapons that normally wouldn't scratch me.
Oh, man. Well, they must have got
And they have that helmet. Like, that's the key.
Yeah.
There's been a handful, I guess, of new people that didn't, I guess, if you had to be registered to get either one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, and you're starting to see now, I'll probably do another Cthulhu plays and really get into it, but you're starting to see a lot of kind of the scrubby tactics coming out now. My favorite, and we'll be close to the ending on this, my favorite, in case y'all know, it's cover to cover, shooting. You can get teleport, which, dude, you're there in like 2 seconds. You mix that with an unlimited ammo perk and a double gauge shotgun that kills in one hit. So just in case you don't appear right in front of them, blah, 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 blah. Oh, my Lord.
Oh, God.
That's my favorite. That's my absolute, like, you're a piece of shit move.
Yeah. Compared to, yeah.
It's just, I'm just like,
floored. It's just like,
wow.
Somebody's found the dipshit move.
Now, I'm not saying I haven't done it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make me feel good.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Well, every game, every shooter.
Yeah, and I've
has
mentioned that in my Monday Night Combat that I'll put up
Monday Night Combat has it.
People that play it way too much, and it's like Pilot
even
said.
Old games like Unreal Tournament.
It's like Pilot said, and he's like, there's the people that play the video games, and then there's the kids who read the forums. And I'm like, you're exactly right.
I never read a forum.
I've read like part of one. But that's what it is. And you go and they're like, well, it says if I use this, this, and this,
I can do this. And it's just like,
what was it? Oh, Ultimate. Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Remember, you were there a couple times. We would always joke. It's like there were those certain teams of 3 people. It's like somebody watched a YouTube video.
So it's like, it's always
like Dante,
Virgil, Wesker, and
Dante.
I was like, can you play with somebody else? Please.
Somebody watched a YouTube video and got impressed.
Yeah, it's like, I can do that. Like, whatever.
Yeah. But anyway, I guess we're just old school like that. To just take a game at face value, just try to get good with what it gives you. And
I mean, and this is why people used to get pissed off at arcades a lot. Just like, so somebody learned this.
Yeah, because you
don't you want to play anymore? No, you motherfucker. I don't want to play with you no more. You cheap bastard.
But anyway.
Yeah.
Till next time, I got some Cthulhu plays coming up on my channel. He's still working on a montage for his.
Yeah, I'm taking a tiny break from broadcasting just to get the PC game's working right.
But until next time, gratuitous plug real quick. Go find it. Francis reads 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, God.
I almost puked. Until next time, episode 13 of the Roundtable. Bullet marks. Cthulhu the Dark One. Obama approved.